Make sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications so you can be alerted when new content is released. Enjoy the video.
The moment you feel insecure, your brain is monitoring its internal state. You are going to think more corresponding thoughts equal to how you feel, which is going to generate more chemicals to feel insecure and then think more insecure thoughts. And that cycle of thinking and feeling and feeling and thinking, creating that state of being, causes the person to say, I am insecure. And whenever you say, I am anything, you are commanding the present moment into a destiny. So then, the antithesis is also true. If you're grateful and you're in loving life, you are going to think corresponding thoughts equal to that emotional state, which is going to make a different factory or blend of chemicals for you to feel more gracious and more kind, more giving, which is going to generate more thoughts, and you're going to create a different state of being. So the trouble I think we have is that the process of thinking and feeling and feeling and thinking over time conditions the body to subconsciously become the mind. Now, once the body becomes the mind, the servant is now the master. And so the program begins to become activated, and now people slip into unconscious states. So in order for us to change then, and this is the problem that I have with affirmations. When you're having an affirmation is you're affirming your I am, your state of being.
Yeah.
So if you're saying I am abundant but you're feeling lack, I am successful but you're feeling unworthy, that's mind and body in opposition. So then when a person then knows how to regulate and change their internal states and they move into a new state of being, when they're in that state of being, the side effect of being in that state of being is I am wealthy. You're actually affirming what you already are. Right?
So it's not the words, it's the state of being.
Exactly.
So the words I am won't change anything if you say I am abundant. But if you feel into that and experience that viscerally, that changes the chemistry from the brain to the body.
Yeah, let's say it another way. You will only accept, believe, and surrender to the thoughts equal to your emotional state. And you will not accept, believe, and surrender to any thoughts that are not equal to your emotional state. So, as an example, a person goes to a doctor's office, the doctor says, okay, you're diagnosed with MS or lupus or cancer. The moment the person gets the diagnosis, they're either going to feel sadness or fear. Now, the moment they start feeling fear, they are going to think corresponding thoughts equal to that emotional state. So now, those thoughts will slip by their analytical mind, program their autonomic nervous system to make more chemicals equal to that state. So then, they can think positively all they want. They could say, I'm going to heal this condition, but if they're feeling fear,
and cortisol still releasing, and
the chemistry and with the brain and body are at odds, right? So then, if you get a person then to change their emotional state and open their heart, and then begin to feel empowered or invincible or unlimited, then they will begin to accept, believe, and surrender to the thoughts equal to that emotional state, and they'll program their autonomic nervous system to make a new pharmacy of chemicals to match that state of being. So this is why affirmations don't work, because they never get past the analytical mind. You know, the person will say, I am wealthy, I am loved, I am happy, but they haven't addressed the part of them that's not in alignment with that.
so you could say I am wealthy, but stare at the bank account, it has a bunch of zeros on it.
Right.
So that is a break in your truth with yourself, your authenticity with yourself. It's not true.
Now the I am that lives within us, that invisible intelligence that's giving life, has a presence. It's an awareness, it's a consciousness. And that consciousness as an awareness is paying attention. That's the definition of awareness. So it is observing our states of being. And it's always endorsing who we are. So if you're really happy being unhappy, and you are a victim to your life, it honors free will, and it will endorse the very chemicals and actually the very reality you experience equal to that state of being. So when you come out of your resting state, and it requires coming out of your resting state, in other words, this observer is omnipotent, it's omnipresent, it doesn't move, it's just constant. It's a loving intelligence, and it's intelligent love. Our attention is all over the place, you know, and it's saying, tell me what you want. Just, give me a minute, just line up with me here. But when you get present with it, and you turn inward. And when your will matches its will, and when your mind matches its mind, and when your love for life matches its love for life, and you're present with it, and now you are turning inward to it, and you're not saying, I want, I need, I hope, I wish. That's based in polarity. You're saying, I am. I am unlimited. I am empowered. I am invincible. And when you really feel it, and there's that alignment, and it says, okay, I am going, the I am is going to endorse your I am because you are an extension of my mind. And I'll begin to change the very neurocircuitry, the neurochemistry, the very genetics, and even the expression of your life equal to that. So
when you say, I am deserving of that raise, I am capable of that new job, that starts to align yourself with the finances that you are wanting.
As long as your mind and body are working together, that's the definition of the I am. So just like you know when someone's present with you because they're paying attention, and this intelligence requires the same degree of attention.
I
right?
get it. So how does the placebo work then? Your book, You Are the Placebo.
Well, in every single case of the placebo is based on three things. Number one is conditioning. You give someone a pill, and it's blue, and blue pills work better than red pills. And it has a certain drug in it, and you take that drug and changes some internal state. It reduces pain or it takes away a symptom, and then you take it again, and then you take it again, and you take it again, and sooner or later you can actually replace that blue pill with just a blue pill with sugar in it, and the person takes it, and by conditioning, association, they begin to make the very chemicals based on the past, so stimulus response. So we could say then conditioning is based on the past. Now, expectation is the second element of the placebo, which means expectation then is when you're told something and you begin to expect an outcome, and you're selecting, that pill represents a new potential in the quantum field. And a certain percentage of those people will accept, believe, and surrender to the idea and begin to emotionally embrace the outcome. And if you combine that clear intention with an elevated emotion, you're moving into a new state of being. So now, as an example, as you begin to anticipate that occurring, your body's actually living in that future reality in the present moment, and your body begins to make the very chemicals to endorse that state of being. Now, who's doing the the fabrication of the chemicals? The I am within us, because it's always endorsing who we're being. So if conditioning is based on the past, then expectation is based on the future. The third thing is assigning meaning to things. If a doctor says, oh, this pill will actually increase serotonin in the receptors, and you give the pictures, and people look at it, and they start to think about it. When they take the pill, they assign meaning to it, and it turns out you can give someone a sugar pill, and they could be told there's an antidepressant, and 81% of those people will get better by thought alone. It wasn't the pill that did the healing. They were making their own antidepressants in that second.
So you can literally take a bottle of antidepressants, put half sugar pills in there and half the drug, take them and not experience the withdrawals that the doctors say you will experience if you don't take it.
Exactly. Well, let's just say it another way. 4 out of 5 people who are taking a pill that has nothing in it, that are told they're taking an antidepressant, 4 out of those 5 people will respond as well as people who are taking antidepressants.
That's amazing.
And many of those people will actually have functional brain scans to show that their brain is improved. In other words, it's not just in their mind.
Wow.
It's in their brain.
Wow.
And they're making their own antidepressants. So how does that work in terms of the state of being? Well, you combine that clear intention, getting clear, I could get well from this. You start feeling an elevated emotion like inspiration or joy or gratitude. You just move from living in your past to living in a new future. And when you move into that state of being, that intelligence that's giving you life, the I am, is going to organize your chemistry to reflect who you're being.
Let's take a look here at Dr. Joe talking about You Are the Placebo. Take a look.
Hi, my name is Dr. Joe Dispenza. I'd like to take a moment and introduce you to my new book, You Are the Placebo, Making Your Mind Matter. I loved writing this book because it was an opportunity for me to help people understand that they have within their reach all the biological and neurological machinery to produce greater levels of health in their body and produce some pretty astounding changes in their life. The book is about you. It's about an opportunity for you to understand the importance of changing your health by thought alone. That's what the placebo is about. Why is it that you can give a person a sugar pill, a saline injection, or perform a fake surgery, and a certain percentage of those people actually have greater effects in healing than the people who actually got the real drug, got the real surgery? There must be some element of mind involved. And that's why I wrote the book. I take people on a journey in this book with some really interesting stories of how people were healed by thought alone, how they were believing that they were taking a real medication, and in fact they were taking a placebo, and the brain changed to a degree that it looked like they had been taking the real drug. In other words, when that person accepted, believed, and surrendered to the condition without any analysis, they began to program their subconscious mind, or their autonomic nervous system, and their body, through its own pharmacy of chemicals, produced the same response as if they had taken the drug or had the surgery or received some type of therapy. The question is, can you teach people how to utilize the placebo response, and instead of putting their belief in something that's inert and known to them, can they begin to select a new possible reality and emotionally embrace it to such a degree that they begin to condition their body into a new state of being, and their autonomic nervous system begins to make their own blend of chemicals that causes the body to literally respond to a new mind?